Hello and welcome back to this moon messages reading. So again, I am filming this quite early, making the most of the time when I do get to record these readings. So, but I am gonna post this just a couple of days before the full moon in Aquarius. So if you are new to my channel or new to watching me on Instagram, I am Leanne Marie. Leanne Marie. I am an intuitive card reader and a spiritual mentor. And I offer these moon messages readings every 2 weeks on the full moon and the new moon, and just bring through the energies of what needs to come through, the messages that need to come through for these next 2 weeks. I then also do pick a card readings now and again as well, and the odd video. And I also have a long list of other things that I do. If you check out the description box, then you'll see all the other things I do. Podcasts, I offer personal readings, and yeah, there's lots on my Instagram if you want to check out my Instagram as well. If you're watching on YouTube, if you are watching on Instagram, have a look in the bio link and you'll find all my information on there. Okay, so thanks for listening to that, and thank you for those who've continued to follow me and watch. So do bear with me. I'm a little bit well, I'm not as bad as I was earlier, but yeah, I had a late night last night when I went out and had a little bit of fun, and yeah, and not that bad today, but yeah, just a little bit tired. Okay, so this is going to be the reading from the full moon in Aquarius on the 12th of August to the new moon in Virgo on the 27th of August. So what I have done it a little bit different. I've used the old moonology, can't even say it, moonology deck, like the one I always used to use. So I've used the original one, and then I've also used the manifestation deck as well to bring through different messages. So what I'm going to do, so this is a manifestation deck, they're both by the same person. So I'm going to use the moonology cards for like a foundation message, so kind of like a base message or a theme for the reading possibly, and then the moonology I'm using for manifestation, or you know, what things are linked to manifestation for you. And then I'll do the usual crystal of the moon cycle as well, which I always do. Okay, so here we go. So the first card we have is Hold Your Vision. Okay, so I feel like there are people here or energies here where you've got something in mind that you really want or you really want to do. And even for those, I feel like there's some people here who just, they don't have a clue. They feel something is coming for them. They feel like they should be doing something. However, they don't have a clear vision of it yet. So there's like two messages here. They're the people who have got the vision in mind. They know exactly what they want. They know what they want to go for. Hold that vision, okay? Keep it really clear in your mind, and also get really clear on it. So let the universe know exactly what you want. Write it down clearly. Also write down the feelings that you want to feel when you get that thing, okay? So we are kind of like talking about manifestation already, even though we haven't got to manifestation cards. But that's for the people who know what they want. They've got an idea of what they want to go for. Get really clear on it. Be really decisive on it before you try to manifest it or try to go towards it. The second lot of people that don't really know, they've got no clue. However, they feel something's coming for them. They feel like something needs to change. Then this is a message to just have a little bit of a brainstorm, okay? So write down loads of things. If it's, say, like, write down the area of life that because you're bound to know like the area of life that it is, whether it's like home, relationship, job, health, money, whatever it is, okay? Have a think, write down all of the areas. If you're not sure on the area, write down all of the areas and then feel into each one and see which one your body responds to the most. So ask yourself, in which area do I need to change something, or in which area do I need to I don't know, create something new? And then yeah, write it all down and feel it in your body. Okay, so this is all about, yeah, so your goals, your dreams, the things you want to focus on, okay? So we are getting an idea of what we're focusing on. Yeah, feel it in your body. And then if you've chosen the location or the area that you want to change, brainstorm everything about that subject, like everything, like if you've got ideas of types of houses that you want to live in, if you've got ideas of types of relationship that you want. But the crucial thing is remembering to put feelings down on there and feel into every single feeling when you write it down as well. Okay, the second card we have is emotions are running high. So yeah, the theme so far, we've got goals, dreams, emotions. Okay, so remember, this is like foundation. This is the theme for the reading. Okay, so emotions running high. Now, I feel this is on the positive, more positive side of emotions. So I don't feel it's negative emotions. I feel like it's excitement. I feel like it's joy. I feel like it's kind of nervous, but like nervous excitement. And happiness and joy and pleasure and all of those good feelings, fun, joy, yeah, all of those words are coming through, but mainly excitement. Okay, so I feel like you're going to start feeling excited when you start thinking about these goals, these dreams, these visions, and start kind of like getting a clearer view of them. Okay, so the next theme we have is show the world the real you. So it's about all being authentic, being true to yourself, being yourself completely, owning who you are and owning your value, your worth, what you deserve. And I know this has been a theme throughout the last few moon messages anyway. So if you go back to the last two, you'll notice that I talk a lot about self-worth, self-sabotage, you know, knowing you are worthy and deserving of what you want and what you want to go for. So this is, again, this is like just really owning that. Okay, so I feel like you're going to be getting into a more of an energy of owning it, owning your worth, owning your value, owning your deservedness. Is that a word? So yeah, this is about really being yourself and not doing things because other people want you to do them or because you feel like you should because other people do them. Okay, so that's another theme. And then you are good enough. So this links with emotions. So it's about like not letting your emotions take over the negative emotions. Okay, so and also I feel like you're going to be learning to approve of yourself more and to own your value and your worth, so you are going to start feeling good enough. Okay, so this is about being in those good emotions again, but it's like letting go of those negative thought patterns, thought beliefs, limiting beliefs, the things that are telling you that you aren't good enough or aren't worthy enough. And I feel like that's going to be moving away. Okay, you're going to be pushing those away and you're going to be focusing more on the good emotions. So again, back to good emotions. Okay, so the theme so far for this reading: goals, dreams, emotions, being real you, and letting go of negative emotions. Okay. The next, just excuse my voice, okay, losing it today. Okay, so the next 4 cards are going to be your manifestation cards. They're going to be all linked to manifestation. Okay, so the first card we have is embrace the flow of life. Okay, so this is about not controlling the outcome. Okay, now this is so difficult because once we get something in our mind, which you're going to be doing if you want to write these lists, or you've just got an image in your mind of exactly what you want and what you want to go for, once we get those things in mind, you tend to get the excitement and everything, and then you want to just like go, or you want to control the outcome, and you want to just, yeah, they're saying hold the vision, but don't cling on to it and don't try and control things. And don't also, the reason why I said to pay attention to your feelings of how you want to feel is because when you pay attention to the feelings more than the actual thing and the thoughts of the thing, you are letting go of what that looks like. Okay, so you might have an idea of, say, like, I don't know, you've got an idea of your perfect partner, right? You've written down everything on a list of that perfect partner. And you've written all the things that you can see, all the things that you think about, all of the ways in which that person acts and all of that sort of stuff. But you haven't necessarily thought about how you want to feel in that relationship and how that other person will make you feel, okay? If you do that, then you might manifest someone who is perfect in every way on your list. You'll tick off everything on your list, but it might not end up the way that you want it because you haven't felt into how you want to feel, and they might not make you feel good for some reason, because you've just literally gone for the things that you can see and the ways that they act and everything, and it might not be right for you. So it's important to write down the way you feel, but also it as I say, it helps you to let go of exactly what that person will be like, because you could end up meeting someone who doesn't tick off everything on your list. However, they tick off all of the feelings that you want to feel, and that's actually more important. That is more sustainable. That is more beneficial as a relationship. It's healthier. Okay, so try not to hold too much onto a vision, a clear vision of exactly what I know. I feel like I'm a bit contradictory now, but what that hold the vision card was actually saying is hold the vision of like, yeah, write down, get clear on the vision, but then it's important to just focus on the feelings, okay, and then let go. So you got that vision in mind, and then you've let it go, and now you're just holding on to the feelings, because that's what's going to matter. Okay, I hope that made sense. Okay, and yeah, and just not controlling anything, not controlling the, like, when it's going to happen, because again, like, you've got divine timing, you know, things have to come into place. The right timing needs to be the right timing for it to happen, because if it happens at the wrong time, then it's just not going to work. It's not going to be right for you. So again, let go of the how you're going to meet this person, or how you're going to find this house, or how you're going to get this job, or what it's going to be like exactly. Try to let go of it once you've done that initial thought process. Okay. The next card we have is Step Up and Lead. New moon energy. So yeah, I did say what we're doing it from the full moon to the new moon, didn't I? So yeah, this is getting towards new moon energy. New moon is about manifestation. It's about planting those seeds for what you want, and it's about creating thought patterns and creating the manifestation in your mind and in your body before you actually manifest it. It's about the harvest, you know, planting those seeds and everything, and then kind of waiting for them to grow. Okay, so and it's also about taking action once you start to see like glimpses of that thing coming towards you. So I'll give you an example. Let's see if I can quickly think of an example. Okay, let's just go with like a rough example. Like, say like you have a list of, I don't know, your perfect partner, for instance, and you've done the list, you've asked for what you like, what you want, how you want to feel, you've really felt into every feeling, and you've let it go to the universe to deal with. You've placed your order, and now you're just waiting for it to be delivered. Okay, that's the way I like to think about it. It's always like a takeaway. You've placed your order, you've asked exactly what you wanted, you know, in detail. You've thought about what it's going to taste like and how it's going to feel in your body. And then you've trusted that delivery driver is going to come, and you know, you don't know what time they're going to arrive. Sometimes you get a rough time, but they're not always on time, are they? So again, like, it's a bit like divine timing. Okay, but you have to like actually, like, you have to get off your sofa to go and pick it up, don't you? Like, you have to answer the door when they arrive, when they deliver your, you know, what you've ordered. Okay, you have to actually get up and do something, right? You can't just sit there and he just walks in and then hands it to you while you're on the sofa. So I quite like that analogy. It's like you do have to do something. Dog's going crazy. She agrees. Hang on, let me just see if someone's at the door. Oh, that's interesting. The delivery driver might be at the door. Hang on. No, I don't think so. Maybe. I will have to pause it and come back if that's the case. Right, okay. Hopefully she'll stop. Right, that's so funny, because she normally does that when someone's at the door. And I'm talking about someone being at the door. But yeah, so example, that was, you know, kind of an analogy for that. So you have to actually get up and go and get it. Okay, so this is the thing. So when you start seeing or hearing or, you know, seeing glimpses of like what you've ordered, take action on it. So I don't know, talk to that person, or say yes to accepting an interview, or go on a date, or go and have a test drive of, like, if you see the car that you want, go and have a test drive of it, or, you know, just like whatever action you need to take, take your action, take your step to get there. I feel like I've like kind of gone all jumbly now, and like I've been thrown off a little bit by the dog, but yeah, okay, so I hope that makes sense. I am also being drawn to the mountains on here, and it's just like, yeah, I'm seeing like someone climbing the mountain. So obviously to get to the top of the mountain, you have to take those steps, okay? So you can't just like stand at the bottom of the mountain and just hope that you're going to reach the top, okay? So the next card we have is Be Real. So full moon in Aquarius, which is what we are in on the 12th of August. So it's kind of gone backwards in a way. So it's interesting how the actual full moon in Aquarius card came out. Dog's getting a bit impatient now. Okay, so yeah, it's interesting how we've got this card, full moon in Aquarius, on the actual full moon in Aquarius reading, but it's almost like it's gone backwards, because at the start of the reading is full moon in Aquarius, and at the end of the reading is new moon in Virgo. So what I feel here is that you are actually going back to an old version of you, which is more real. Okay, now I know it sounds so strange, but the only reason I know this, and it's only just come to me, is because I feel like that's happening to me at the moment. So I talk about this in my podcast. I'm in between stages of my life. So I'm in between the old version of me and the new version of me. However, in the podcast, I talk about like old version in terms of like limiting beliefs, like patterns and habits and ways of being that don't serve me. And then I'm going into like a new version of me, or starting to see glimpses of a new version of me, of how I want to be, where I want to be, who I want to be, and all of that. So I'm kind of in between the two. However, what I didn't talk about, which this card is highlighting, is that sometimes the old version of us holds gifts in it that we still need. We still need to carry with us to the new version. So for instance, sense of humor. Okay, so I would say I lost my sense of humour for a while, or I struggled with my sense of humour for a while, and I struggled with the fun side of me and the spontaneous side of me, because it was linked to trauma and things that have changed in me and shifted over the years, and environments that have changed, and all these different things, and all these life changes I've been through kind of knocked it out of me. But I have been through some shifts and changes lately that have actually started to show me those things again. So I'm starting to see my sense of humour coming back, the fun side of me, starting to kind of get excited. That links with the emotions card here. Get excited about the future, and get excited about things that would make me like have more fun, and feel more free and feel more spontaneous, and all of those things. So I'm starting to kind of see glimpses of that, okay? And they're the areas you need to remember. The old version of you isn't someone who's, you weren't just someone who was just all negative and all the bad things, okay? You had these things that people loved. You have these things that you love about yourself back then, and they need to come along with you on the journey, okay? So this is about going backwards to claim those things about you that you love and move them into the future with you, and into those manifestations and everything. So, you know, for this one, I want you to ask, who do I want to be whilst I am in this new reality? So whilst I am in this new job, whilst I'm in this new relationship. I think I've talked about this briefly on another reading in the past, but who do I want to be? What characteristics do I want to hold on to? What characteristics about myself do I love that I want to bring into this situation? Okay, now that was a little bit more flow in that one. Okay. And then there was I think there was another message for that last card that goes with this next card, because it says find balance. Okay, and you've got like the Libra scales there, so you might have some Libras watching this, but obviously, you know, oh, that's why, sorry about the noise. That's why, because it's full moon in Libra on here, so we've got Libra energy, so there might be some Libras watching. And if so, we know that you like balance. I'm a Libra myself, so definitely like balance, like things to be level and, you know, lined up, and yeah, very particular with that. So I can't remember what the other message was on that card though. It was something about low emotions, balancing your emotions, I think. So those those parts of you where you're struggling, like the yeah, okay, so I've got it. So when you're thinking about your goals and your dreams and everything, you'll get excited, like I said, but you might have some things coming up because of the You Are Good Enough card. Sorry, I'm getting hiccups now. What's going on? You might have some things coming up to be released. So like old emotions, like limiting beliefs and habits and patterns and things that need to be let go of, like I said before. So it's about balancing those, okay? So about knowing that you're not always going to be excitable, joyful, fun, you know, have like, yeah, you're not always going to have all those good feelings. You are sometimes when we go for what we want, things come up for us that tell us, like I said, self-sabotage in the last reading. Things will come up and tell us, oh, you can't do that, you're not good enough for that. You'll have the self-critic come in, and then that will bring your emotions down, okay? However, you've got to use that to your benefit. So you've got to become aware of that voice and then switch it, okay? And say, actually, I am good enough, and tell yourself that. But it's about that balance. You do need, and this is something I've learned recently. There's so many coaches out there and so many self-development, you know, mentors and things like that, who will talk about the ego being bad. Okay, they'll talk about the self-critic being bad, or the ego, the part of us that, you know, judges ourselves and others and all of that. Okay, they talk about it being really bad, and actually, you know, it's not nice, it's not kind. However, you can use it to your benefit, because as soon as you're aware of that ego voice, as I think I just mentioned, you can switch it, okay? You can sort of say, okay, thank you. Like, thank you for showing me that, because now I know that I can move on from that. I can forgive myself. I can change how I feel about this. I can change what I just said. So say, for instance, you judge someone, you know that you're judging them. So you can catch yourself, if you're aware enough, and say, I choose differently. Okay, this is something that I think Gabby Bernstein talks about in The Universe Has Your Back, her book that she wrote. So she said something like, I forgive myself for this thought, or I forgive myself and I now choose differently. And you can literally choose in that moment. But without the ego, without that judgy side of you, that self-critic, how will you ever know to change as a person? How will you ever know to become a better person, to become more loving, to become more compassionate? You wouldn't know. You just you might just be it. However, I think you do sometimes need that balance to actually help you to become a more compassionate, loving person. I hope that made sense. Anyway, let me know. Okay, so yeah, find that balance. Okay, so yeah, that's the moon cards. I'm just going to read your crystal of the moon cycle. We've got a completely different one this time. I've never seen this come up, I don't think. So this is Euclase, which I have never heard of. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. So Euclase. And it's number 23, which 2 and 3 together is 5, and 5 is about positive changes, or changes. It doesn't have to even necessarily be positive changes, it can just be changes. There's going to be changes going on, okay? And sometimes those changes aren't always going to be positive, but like I said, you sometimes need that balance of good and bad, okay? To help us like realize the good in our lives as well. So I'm just going to read out the Euclase crystal card and see whether it matches with the rest of the reading, or if it's got a new message for us. And do bear with me, because I might lose my voice halfway through and clear it. Okay. Essential meaning of Euclase: wisdom from within, inner truth, aligning with divine intelligence, trusting your own earned wisdom. You are distracted by all of the noise and stimulation that are part of our lives now. It can be hard to trust that you have what it takes to make wise choices. The appearance of Euclid's spirit is a sign that valuable insights can be found through tapping into your intuitive intelligence. When it comes to knowing the truth, there is no substitute for lived experience that has been recalled and examined. Through a process of alchemy, your experiences have generated wisdom that can guide you when you feel lost or confused. You know more than you think. Trust your inner wisdom, for it is guided by the conscious universe. You are learning that fear can distort your intuitive intelligence, so release any worry and tune in within. You have a vast library of knowledge available to you and wise and loving guidance that will help you. Relationship message. Understand the people you love and care about isn't always easy. Understanding the people you love and care about isn't always easy, especially when you become aware that you still have much to learn about yourself. All of us have hidden gifts. What do I talk about? Gifts. Hidden gifts that we have yet to acknowledge. They are easier to discover when you look through the eyes of love, guided by an inner wisdom that reminds you that we are all on a healing journey and at different places on the road. Listen to your intuitive intelligence about your relationships. About your relationships. Can't read today. For it is the conscious universe and not wishful thinking that will bring truth about other people and about yourself into your awareness. Prosperity message. Lessons of the past can guide the future, and proven track records have value when it comes to building wealth and maintaining prosperity. But no nest egg is rock solid, no investment is a sure thing, and the flow of money can be unpredictable at times. Euclid Spirit is here to remind you to listen to your inner wisdom when considering where you invest your energy and attention. If it feels wrong for you, it probably is. If an opportunity for generating wealth makes you nervous, explore that feeling. The truth is that until you let go of the old beliefs about how you can't be trusted to co-create what you need and that prosperity is for others but not for you, you will feel uncomfortable when good opportunities and resources show up. Get in touch with your inner wisdom and you will cease to be distracted by fears that tempt you to say, no, I can't, when actually you can. You really can. Your wisdom can guide you on returning to the natural state of abundance you long to find yourself in. Crystal Spirit Meditation. Euclid is a powerful wind element stone that clears the energy field of densities and is quickly and easily felt in the upper chakras. It clears the mind and opens us up to intuitive guidance and new perspectives and extreme clarity. It opens the chakras from throat to crown and makes it easy to understand and clearly communicate incoming intuitive information. Okay, so that is the message from Euclid. It's a little bit of a different message. Kind of feel like it's a sort of separate like add-on message for you. It did mention briefly about like the gifts within us, but also like as the crystal cards usually do, it gets us to look at the other side of things as well. So seeing the gifts in other people. So if you, for instance, have got like an old friend that you've known for many years, and you may have had some like difficulties or something, but you know you've still got that friend from many years ago. You know how they used to be, and you know the areas in which you could probably tell from your own experience, the areas in which maybe aren't resonating with you anymore, but you'll still have some areas like you'll still notice some things about that person that you maybe want to carry over to this relationship, if you still want to keep this relationship, if that makes sense. Okay, so if that person makes you laugh, or if that person makes you feel at home, or you know they have got a big heart, something like that, you want to carry those parts of that person over. And this isn't to say that you're not going to be like, this isn't to say, oh, you know, just kind of don't accept them like however they are, because you know obviously we always talk about acceptance and accepting every part of someone. But it is difficult sometimes because, you know, if we're doing our own spiritual healing, we're, you know, some people watching this will be, doing our own personal development and always shifting. Our energy is going to shift and we're going to become out of alignment with certain people. But it still doesn't mean that you can't appreciate some of the things that they still have about them. And, you know, you don't have to completely say goodbye to these people. You might want to spend less time with them, or, you know, maybe they won't do the same things together. You won't do the same things together anymore, but you'll still love them, you know, and you'll still appreciate, like I say, appreciate certain things about them, if that makes sense. So that was what came through for me for that message. And there's a hell of a lot on here about trusting your intuition and really feeling into your body when you want to make decisions on things. Okay, so that is really important. Okay, so that is your moon messages reading for this next moon cycle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like and please comment, because it helps to help people to see with the algorithms and everything, because they're just like rubbish at the moment. So it really helps people to see the channel, and or if you're watching on Instagram, helps people to see the Instagram page as well. If you just comment or you like, and do share it with people as well. And yeah, and if you want to speak to me or book a personal reading or anything, all my details are in the description box or in the bio link on Instagram. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.